It's much better. All right, here we go. Here we go. Wow, sitting in my big man, my big castle chair. Let me see here. Uh, Stupid, very stupid. All right, let me pull this up. Thank goodness it's Sunday. I'm so tired of these goofy ass labels and names. I'm so tired of all these labels, words, and names that don't mean shit. Okay. Excuse my language. I got to remember that for the first 30 to 45 seconds, that it's best not to curse. Even if you're under 1,000, whatever, they'll add ads and stuff like that. Yo, we're not in mourning. Trill, what's going on? Alito Chimchukma, Grand Rising. You know what I mean? Somebody hit me up, but it was yeah, I was pronouncing the wrong Atrians. But I know a whole bunch of them right over here. One cuts my hair. I got to go over here and let him hit the razor on it. These are our relatives. You know, people have a hard time understanding the truth before the World Fair, and even going back 100 years prior, pre-World Fair, when I was explaining to people, I said, whoa, we had electric vehicles, we had gas and water powered, cool steam fired engines. I said, how you think we had the train in the 1700s? We had the train long before that. I says, it was one time I was over in Kalamazoo. There's an old wrecked train yard over there. These trains, and check this out, the Swedish and French botanists looking at the soil from the metals, and you could hear them clearly saying these trains were over 500 years old. Something didn't make sense. So I said, I gotta go figure this out. But first I need to understand, why was this all happening? So what I did was I was talking to my boy Vincent Carter, you know, ex-Marine, Vietnam veteran, Kung Fu teacher, like seafood, and student, like such as myself. And I said, you know what? Nobody wants to ever pay attention to the Theosophical Society. I hate the word. It's stupid anyway. And a bunch of Hindus and Jews. And they believed they wanted to attain power. Now you've got to really dig deep in the understanding, because when they were created, look, Jews didn't exist until around the 1800s. They didn't exist. Just like the Chinese and the Japanese didn't exist until the 1600s. That's because they were conquering the lands of our people all worldwide. Now, when I say this, I'm not saying that the people who were fighting, where they were being sent from, is what most people don't want to look at. Well, it was a central hub for everything. But things took. Let's put it like this: as a process to everything. And I'm only sharing this little information because you have to do the research. It's like somebody actually hit me up in my Gmail account and says, yo, I found something on the Hada people. I was like, man, I don't know how you found something, because when I was talking about the Hada people, like when I went to Japan back in the 80s, I was sitting there saying, man, I was talking about this stuff, and all of a sudden YouTube, it was gone. Over 20, oh, shit. YouTube took it down around maybe 10 years ago. 9 years ago. Something like that. I can't remember. Anyway, I says, and finding it in Google. I was like, when it was just Chrome, before Google started the mass exodus and takeover, and Wikipedia was shut down because you need to know who owns Wikipedia. There's another guy. I don't want to say his name, but he's a Jew. It's nothing against Jewish people, because you got to remember, I have them in my family. It's against design to corrupt these, because this is a new identity. I told you I got Jewish uncle. If you call them Jewish, they'll punch you in your mouth. Dead ass in Brooklyn. You go up to them and say, hey, you Jewish? Pow! You ever call me that shit? I'm telling you. Because they're disgusted at everything that's going on. They know where it comes from. And just to even be acclimated or part of it sickens them. I was on Facebook, this genealogy group. I'm like, these motherfuckers in there, man. They're like, I was talking to this lady, she was trying to tell me about my family. I said, wow, y'all just really got real ballsy with your little delusional selves. You're fucking around in the dark that much. Things, excuse my language, but yeah, it comes around. I got to remember from now on, not even to say the simplest word as ass for the first 30, 40 minutes. It's important, you know? I even get to the point where I usually, when I'm talking to people, I don't talk like that at all. So I don't know why I'm doing it on here. But anywho, right? I got to check my stuff, keep my balances in order. So anyway, when you start looking at the Theosophical Society, study it fluently. Don't believe in all that. Just you got to remember what Zionism was about. Mysticism and cultism. All right? What was that word I was looking for? I didn't find it. I was thinking it might come to me. There's a word. I'll find it later, and I'll just talk about it when it comes to my mind. And nobody's talking about it. Trust me. How many people you know was in 1970s and 80s fighting teachers and principals because they knew they was Indian? Yeah, and getting in trouble by your grandma, your great grandma, because they were telling you to shut up. How many? Everybody acting like there's some new shit going on. They have some ownership over something. No, we don't have ownership over nothing. But there's some of us that have been doing this all our lives. You know, I'm on the brink of hitting. I'm close to hitting 60. You know, you see what I'm saying? So like get it together. You dig what I'm saying? Like get your head right. You know what I mean? I was fine until right before the damn pandemic came along, and then this demon, this Jannah. All right, I was dealing with, talking to some pasty motherfucker of the old school tour, and I see it was a setup because you see the 1963 Corvette, you see the old cars, you see these old golf playing motherfuckers, and I'm like, wait, whoa, this don't even look right. But I was traveling long distance. I had just picked up my side by side. I had to take it back down to Tucson, and I was like, why are we pulling off by a closed down casino in a food joint that's you can't even see from the highway? But she knew how I looked at things. Carefree. You know, all in, loving. Like, that's why I say pay attention to your circle. Can you trust certain family members? Not all kinfolk, but not all people who are not your skinfolk are your enemy. I have nothing against the Chinese. I got Brian, Pat, and Christine, my cousin. The new age Chinese motherfuckers, but they don't like the government. And they're by way of Hong Kong. Married in some fucking way. Anyway, I grew up around all these different people, and I got to see the worst and the best side. Most racist people I've ever dealt with were liberals. A lot of people want to sit there and say, oh, but down south. First of all, a lot of them people down south waving the rebel flag, them motherfuckers ain't get here until 1940 something. I used to check them all the time. Fuck your family. How long your family been here? We fought in the Civil War. Yeah, where at? What brigade? What who they fight with? Because I'm into that old history. Like, majority of us fought in the South, but you know who created Hollywood and wrote the movies, right? They had to put a pale face up in there. That's what they did with everything. David Carradine, Kung Fu, written by Bruce. Come on, man. The first 20 years, while we played the Indian, and all of a sudden, boom, we was gone. Nobody wanted to look at the Reconstruction era. Redistribution for wealth, that control, and the subjugation of the indigenous people worldwide. You thought that we were untouched, and they just kept bringing motherfuckers on the boat. Those who betrayed, Marcus Garvey was brought to betray us. Haile Selassie, why the fuck wasn't he over there fighting the goddamn Italians? Even though they beat him, what he doing over here? Running, pushing us. Man, they working with Plecker. I mean, I've seen over 10 pictures with them signing documents and everything. Boaz, come on, man. You think we're supposed to be happy? But people around the world ain't our enemy, y'all. Yeah, we know we got some idiots that come here. Who you think they're going to send here? They're going to send obedient pawns. Hey, George, what's going on? Keith Cobbs, Alito, Chimchungma, everybody. Grand Elevations, mad love for y'all and respect. So, people used to always say, yo, man, how come you always talk all positive about these people around the world? I said, first of all, how come you don't understand? And, you know, I get tired of these motherfucking, Bill, you know, I used to be Patterson and shit like that, you know, 7 and all that. I don't even want to give it power, so you know I don't want to say what it is. You know, old AB and all of them got into that shit. You know what I'm saying? Islam, all that bullshit. Anyway, not knocking religion. But the fornication of word fucking play, word humping. Like men dick riding each other in the mouth for some bullshit. All right? Anyway, 7 states, 7 continents with 7 states. When I found out who created America as a Turtle Island, and man, it pissed me off because Turtle Island doesn't stand no more. It's still here. Most of it's underwater. We're still one great continent. But we've had a deluge, mudslides. The top of her back blew the fuck off. Turtle Island is here, but it's the people. It ain't some fucking shape, because that's the tail. Because if you really want to know what the motherfucker, what it look like, it don't look like what we've been told. Shit, over there by Greenland, America, shit, we're only 55 miles away from Russia. By the fake West Coast. 55 miles, you can see it, Russia, right there. You never hear them talking about that, huh? Who's in charge of Alaska? Wasn't that goopy girl, that mayor? Oh man, come on, people. I gotta say everything. And before I was talking about 5%ers for those who wanted to hear the fucking word, all right? 7. That's the way to pervert it. 7 has a grand meaning like 3, 6, 9. How many of y'all remember being kids always thinking about 3, 6, or 9? It was just always there. And we like make sure we wasn't crazy and shit. We want to put it off, right? I'm looking at people, some of the things that people are subscribed to. And I'm like, this one goofy motherfucker. This goofy Negro had like 129 subscribers. I was like, that's gotta be fake. Because this is the goofiest motherfucker I've ever seen in my life. And I'm sitting there saying, wait a minute, something's not making sense. No, I'm not barking because I watched some of the stuff in this. It don't make no sense at all. It's just I sit there and says, you know what? I need to remember that when I say everything is upside down, backwards, inverted, and reverse, it means literally everything. Excuse me. This is y'all know the connoisseur of vegan or pescatarian food. Anyway, this is coconut milk yogurt, excellent enzymes, so you get the probiotics with blackcurrant, raspberries, 1/10 of a cup of whole oat, cinnamon, and a smidgen of Manuka honey. Usually I put flax in there, but no. I had a couple of glasses of wine last night. I love organic wine, and this is the remedy. I'm not hungover. But so when people start looking at these things that I'm going to keep pointing out, and you do your own work, you're going to find out more and more and more. It's all there. My cousin was like, yo, Red, how come you're not telling everything like you used to tell us, like the whole shebang? I says, these look like I got 8 hours to sit down and talk to these people. You think that every one of them going to have the same interests, or what you call it, to everybody's suffering from some kind of ADHD or some fucking something. Certain people want to hear certain things. I'm not going to give people what they want. I'm going to give them what they need. And then they can do what they need, you know. And I'm going to do it in a way where they can, if they're not lazy, go about, while the information's still here, finding it and seeing it for themselves. Because if I sit here and just give the whole thing, how the hell I might miss something. And turn that idiot box off. Because they'll have you hating everybody around the world. Regardless of who, they have enough people to bring here. And you see there's handfuls who want to bring pain to America. And the liberals, along with the conservatives, are letting them people right in. They have been for the last 20-something years. And you have CIA operatives, this, that, and other, meeting these people, taking them places, making sure they know how to operate certain weaponry and this, that, and other. But when they're ready to do what they want to do, people are here, and what you going to do? And the rest of the world be like, what's going on? And they false fake news be like, oh, it's a civil war. No, it'd be us fucking up a whole lot of foreigners on our soil because they foreign to earth, which is going to happen. And the majority of you ain't ready for shit. Y'all not ready for a goddamn thing. My people are so unready, but yet capable. It's pathetic. I remember when I was in New York, we used to ride the 2 train and be in the news, which called, on there. We used to tell them, y'all better start getting some motherfucking, y'all got the millions or whatever. Y'all better start getting some security details to take you to work and not on these trains, because y'all gonna start coming up missing. We used to tell them just like that. But we knew who they were. We knew they were no good and they were lying. They just really believed everybody was stupid. We used to walk by them. Y'all better start getting a good security detail, man. And people were listening to us. Some of us that knew. And traveling this way, feeling all open, that's about to be done. You can't find them traveling on a train no more. I mean, I'm here to down on New York, but overnight, it seemed like so many of them niggas went gay. Not all. Or you got caught up in the metrosexual or the fucked up ways. That isn't old New York. Look at P. Diddy. I mean, look at the motherfuckers they sitting there. All these, everybody in a certain position is either a faggot or a pedophile. They are. Music industry and all that. There's children missing, chained up. They're doing sick shit. They're getting these young guys in the music industry, whether it be Georgia, this, that, and other. All over. Y'all remember stories about Suge Knight? Certain things going down. Got motherfuckers from prison in there raping the dudes anally. Like, what kind of shit is that? Excuse me. Targeted. Everything's targeted. Everything's targeted. So again, Theosophical Society. The word for the people are Atrians, like Nipsey Russell. I'm probably doing this no justice the way I'm pronouncing it. I never had to say it a whole lot of times. Yeah, they're kinfolk. It's like the dog line, kinfolk. Our answer. A lot of us don't know our ancient stories because we've accepted this fake ass Jesus and all this other bullshit. It's like a slap in the face every time I hear a nigga talking about, now Lord Jesus, and I think about where they live at and what they, and it's only like 60, 70 years worth of this shit. And I'm sitting there going, these niggas done bought whole stock into this shit. I'm not here to knock a motherfucker. If you're going to live by it, you better live by 100%. But then you're going to have all that other bullshit, and a lot of us going to be like, we're not from Africa, man. Let go of roots. The nigga was a fraud. Come on, we know the actual name of the real movie. Like, stop it. But people have a hard time stopping, letting go of this bull. You know what I'm saying? And when we sit here like, we don't stress about it. I'm not going to stress about it. I'm just worried about the children that's around that shit. It's like we gotta be Robin fucking Hoods. Like we gotta save these children from these motherfucking lies. Just because somebody consummates a relationship in a lie doesn't mean that everybody around them is supposed to have to suffer that shit. See, that's where the change comes by us. Most people have a hard time doing that. It's like, that means, because they're going to start, first thing is the police and law and judge. First of all that shit is subjective. And I know people won't want to believe it, but it is. Y'all just don't know what legalese is. The proper language. You don't see what's being played out before you and putting you in the calamity or in that little fucking tight box. Remember I was talking about that tight death grip they got on you? And you don't know how to free yourself. You know how they got, summons to go to court. First of all, that's under the goddess Thenis. I don't have to willfully walk in no fucking place to subjugate myself to no authority that's foreign for something that is based on a straw man that's not really based on me. Now, if I did something where I have that deals with their shit, rendering the seizures with the seizures, they're gonna come and get you. But what they have done, they have become perverted in their delusion. So now they go and they believe they get to take what they want because you subjugate yourself to a fictional character. Without debate or argument. Because. Real shit. And it don't take a fucking more to know that. Law school, and they actually going to study the law, because law school ain't going to teach you about the laws. You got to actually go and open up some goddamn law books and find out what case and seek the cases to learn what the Supreme Court deemed and what's the truth as far as meritorious. And, like, see, until you do that, you're not going to fucking, a lot of y'all not prepared for shit. A lot of y'all not ready and you won't never be ready. You dig what I'm saying? You're not ready and you will never be ready. Oh, you can have all the guns you want. That don't mean shit. Motherfucker come in and fucking smoke, shrapnel, flag, whatever the frag you to death, whatever the fuck. You shoot, you might get one or two. Look, I'm not dumbing down shit. What I'm saying is there's no real unity. First of all, I haven't seen not one motherfucker could do what I've done. Get the fuck up, look at everything. I've done it 3 times and be like, with the clothes on his back, a rucksack, and get on the road. And be like 200 miles away when he settles. No sucking dick, no fucking, no fucking women, no hustling, no stealing, no nothing. Driving a week. 3 times. This is it. Maybe. 3 times I took it upon myself, you know what? Let me get the fuck up. I can't stand the ignorance. I can't stand, even though I was having a good time, I know how to make a good time. This is regardless. But the low energy, the negativity, it was always some drama. I just look at it and be like, I can use this shit against them. I could probably have these niggas running around one of the biggest bank robbing groups the stuff I could have done. And I chose to take that positive, who I was, and remove myself from institutionalization, a subjugation that I didn't have to I didn't have to parlay with at all. A lot of y'all parlay with bullshit that's around you. And I know it because I can hear it. Even though I don't hear your voice. Especially when people tell me where they at. I'd be like, okay, well, I've been in every state. I hate that shit too. And it's like each state is its own department. When did one constitution become 50 fucking constitutions? Did anybody ever pay attention to that? For them to govern themselves, we're supposed to have one government. Like, nobody pays attention to nothing. Nobody goes to town hall, city hall meetings unless they're a plant, unless they're there to give some kind of false hope, to fight for something. I always look at some of the town hall meetings, whether it be in Texas, Arkansas, Little Rock, whatever, and see some of the Negroes talking. I'm like, And he looked like a cop off duty or retired. And he would say the key things that are beneficial to keeping firearms, this, that, and the other, or some of the things that are going on, look like he may have or she may have played a part in it. And I'm sitting there saying, well, does anybody else see this shit? How repugnant, but at the same time, demographically, how it seems to be the same fucking. Nobody's sitting there catching it because we're too busy stuck and watch the football game. See, when you're watching sports all the goddamn time, and you getting little snippets of news and all that commercialization in between, it's a programming. You're missing every fucking thing else. Everything. And you think you know what it is. Well, I'm a little different from the next. We're all different. That's the beautiful thing about us, who we are. That's why I love my people so much. The thing is, we're more collusion. We're more in collusion with the dark side. Like I said, the Jannah, not the Hawa, not the light that we are. We just won't. Man, look, I done took 2 of these motherfuckers right here to the gun range and shot them the fuck up. Somebody said to me one day when I was talking about it outside with boy Jeremy, says, well, why the fuck you got another one? Dude, I like the fucking, I got kids that come by, and if they come autistic, I put Godzilla in. That's they fucking go-to, or what's the other one? Godzilla with Jaguar, King Kong. So there are times when I want to look at some people's YouTube channel, like see what they're talking about, because we have a conversation. So I'm all right. They're gonna do a live. Let me go and peep them out. Sometimes they want me to come on, so I'll be like watching it. I'll bring the laptop up here, or I'll just take my tablet and be like, fuck it, and go on and join. You see what I'm saying? So, but just to sit down and watch TV all fucking, no, man, that's the idiot fucking box for real. People don't want to pull a book out. This fucking alarm, the camera. People don't want to pull books out. I guarantee you a lot of y'all don't read. I bet y'all can sit and say, yeah, we do. I bet a lot of y'all don't read. And it's not, I'm not talking about gambling bet. I'm betting on the sake of reality, being honest and honesty. Excuse me. Majority, you don't read. I guarantee it. And I know, because when I go to the Barnes & Noble or something like that to look for some out-of-place book, a book that look like they need to dust it every fucking, week. Them the books I go for. And I open them up. Man, this thing's old. I go to the front. Maybe y'all might want to get a better, you know what I'm saying? Oh, that's a very old book. Nobody really checks it out. I might check it out, Then I go up, get my little tea, and I sit down and start reading these old, dusted, decrepit ass books. That's when I start finding this shit. When I found a real picture of Beethoven back in the fucking 80s, I was like, you got to be kidding me. American Indian, man, what's going on? Yeah. I was actually going to lock them up, but it takes my hair a long time to lock. You know what I'm saying? So it took almost a year when I had all them locks. God, man, it took a year just to get them locked. Once they locked, though, they were locked. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, locks are for preparation for war. You wear the mohawk as an invitation because you know that you are at war. It's reality to it. And they ain't have nothing to do with people straight hair. All these motherfuckers running around with their shit straight. Nah, nigga. Stop the Hollywood shit. They don't understand. There's a reason why we put shells and shit like that in our mohawks and all that. It was like dressing it up. That's like when they said redskin. That was the French who were scalpers for our froze. I've seen some of the scalps in their fucking afros. All right, the old ones. They were afros, real scalps, like the real ones, and it was because the blood would come over our black skin. I hate the word black. Y'all know what I mean. Yeah, they don't mean red skinned motherfucking people. It's bullshit. But them Zionists know where they work with all inclusive network of liars and pedophiles and faggots, just lesbians, whatever you want to call them. They all work together. And they got a lot of people indoctrinated into that goofy shit, occultism, to see some things, you know what I'm saying? So the people are easily swayed and they go into it because they got to see some things that most people don't see because they've been chemically fucking castrated, dumbed down, They won't look for it. You dig? But again, like I said, our work is not done. You know, you're either gonna have to learn to let go and move forward, or think you're moving forward while you're being stagnant as fuck, stuck right where you're at, with just only the thoughts of the concept, preconceived notions that you had. You're moving, that you're doing something. And I can guarantee you're not doing shit. I mean, I would like to see it. Everybody, you know, right now I'm dealing with people who are like so intelligent. They will read, the information is good, but they hold on to a dark side of themselves. They haven't freed themselves. And people don't want to hear how you got to free yourself. You have to let yourself go. You got to stop being the person that you was in order to be the person that you believe you're supposed to be. How can you how can you be somebody that you believe you're supposed to be, but if you're still being the person that you was? You haven't even let go of that. Because most people are scared. And they're scared and they don't even know it. They're scared and don't even know it. I just wanted to come on this morning because I've said, you know what, I had to correct something. I said I was going to find that word, Theosophical Society. I did a big write-up on it, like, Russell Carter, what was it? I actually asked him, I think it was like 8 years ago, 9 years. I did a big article on it. I mean, I just kept, you know, when they first started where you could do multiple, like I had to type, save it in my notes, then copy and then paste and then keep doing that and then take pictures. So now I can load all of them up, you know, and I was like, God, and people were reading like, what the fuck is all this? I was like, God, here we go. So I say, this is a group, a cult. This is what they delved in, but this is what else I found out about them and blah, blah, blah. But I gave you the word so you can find out for yourself and understand what we're dealing with. We're dealing with people who think they're some kind of greater than us gods or whatever. And it's a delusion. It's a sickness. It's deep. Right? And there's a lot more out there. Some of y'all might find some other things. I mean, you know. But most people have a hard time dealing with it because it's like, what am I going to gain from it? Free your mind. Your ass will follow. Fuck you, free your mind from all the bullshit. The education system is nothing but pure fucking lie. I don't care how many of y'all, look, this is an example. I don't care how much they taught you. How many of y'all took advanced calculus or algebra? And then you realize all that shit you was learning, there was a fucking short way to do it. Well, why the fuck wasn't they teaching that? And then what's the benefits for what? I learned how to read blueprints in the military. Even though I like to invent shit. I learned how to read blueprints in the military. It was easy. It wasn't hard. Habitat Humanities, building fabricated houses. They weren't so goddamn fabricated as much as I would like to believe that. It was some fucking work. Anyway. Construction. When I started actually designing stuff that took power, I had to understand what the brakes were, this, that, and the other. So I had to go to books. And I learned that quick. How to write down the squiggly line, put the brakes, this is the circuit breaker, blah, 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 with the wires, this is the cop, this is the ground, and then learning how to chart it down using a protractor, rulers, and all that shit. So when I would design something, I knew what it looked like in my head. I could draw a picture of it. It could be smooth with the shapes and the angles, but on the grid, it'd be laid out. You know what I'm saying? Angular, you know? So with all that being said, is they show us all this meaningless shit in school they charge parents, and it's all new. More taxes, more heartache, more hard work to make sure you're indoctrinated, to raise your hand, to sit in rows, to look up at a board, to walk in lines, to remember a combination, to worry about if you're late or not. You see what I'm saying? Work. Got to be on time to work. Indoctrination, and make sure that you're moving automated. Rockefeller knew what he was doing, so did Rothschild. The motherfuckers knew exactly what they were doing when they created feminism. Paid the CIA. We need this. It's like they paid motherfucking that old faggot ass motherfucking Hoover. That nigga. They had all the dirt on all the motherfuckers. So they played on each other and made all of us believe in one thing while they had their little secret societies working in all this little government, causing all calamity, enslaving the children, grabbing their minds, and they controlling and manipulating them with music and everything else. That was from our talent. But how was they able to do that? From the World's Fair, redistribution of shit they didn't create. By way of war. World War I. 19 what? To 19 what? Real simple shit, y'all. It's not complicated. There's a lot more to it. I don't have every answer. But I like the simple things. The things you can look at. And they kind of fit together. I'll put up, I know y'all saw it. For those who didn't see it, I put up a little short. Because I'm telling you, man, sperm retention is the shit. It's the way to go. Until you find a woman who's actually balanced with you. You know she ain't full of shit. Because the woman I get with, she ain't getting no dick for a good minute. I got to make sure, I'm going to check all around, too. Make sure she ain't full of shit. You got any issues and problems out there you haven't resolved and made right, and get your monkey ass on. No broken ass woman. There's plenty of them out here. There's some good ones. Too many fucked up ones. I'm telling you, retention. You feel like you're getting blue balls? That's bullshit. Do some push-ups. Go for a long ass walk or a jog. You'll be all right. That's simple. See that? So if you ever hear something, oh yeah, I gotta go to the doctor, I got blue ball, you know he's full of shit. All right? Stay away from the freaks. People that touch themselves and all that goofy shit. We free ourselves, free our minds. I ask to follow. Trust me. Okay? The enemy's going to work hard. I'm not here to stop. The enemy's going to do what they're doing. I'm not here to stop even the bad guys, the government. I'm not here. I'm here to talk to you. I'm here to talk to you and point things out that you may have missed. Some people talk very good game. They got a lot of knowledge. But some things they just don't know how to. They haven't seen a lot of, there's from their perspective here, which is good. We need that. No messenger should ever be shot. Well, the enemy would do that. But if you're here for the wrong reason, it'll be known in your life. Hey, Benny, what's going on, fam? Shoot, man. There's so much we have to. Fuck. I can't say acquire, attain. There's so much we have to ascertain. And it's not that we're incapable, but we have to do it at a speed and a rate that some might only say, well, damn, now we got to go DC and get all flash. Yeah, I guess so. Now we got to be the fastest nigga on the block. Because, see, they've been hard at work. While we've been hard at work, making sure that they accomplish their job. I see all the little niggas running around doing all the shooting and killing. All drunk and high all the time. Worthless fucking scabs. Worthless. And I'm talking about some of your sons and your cousins and your brothers and your elders. Some of everybody out here. I got some. Oh yeah, part of the system for sure. No, it can be changed. But which one of us is the one that can change, make that change? Which one of us is the one that can walk by them and remove all their doubt and fears and manifest their perceptions to something different? How many of us can neutralize their suffrage and give enlightenment by visual? I don't think any of us are there yet, but I don't know. I know that some of us, our purposes are different. And the enemy know. And they're being careful not to cross certain boundaries, even with the dark shit they fuck with. Told you, being woke is just one fact. That ain't shit. Turning the switch on, they also aware that they could be the catalyst that does it. And I'm hoping I hope they just turn the motherfucker on. Because if they know what's going to happen to them, why prolong it any longer? Turn it on. Let's get shit growing. Let's get shit going. Greetings, greetings, greetings. Mad love. And you can always see, how many of y'all ever see some weird shit happen around you, or somebody say some slick, you don't even know them. Just like, huh? How many honestly, how many of y'all have ever been like walked through a bodega or going somewhere or being in the mall and somebody say some slick shit and it's not really directing nobody else, but it's past you. And it's like you turn around, like, motherfucker. King Benji, grand elevations, yes. Live it to the light. But how many of you? How many of you? You type fast. I know y'all some texting motherfuckers. I know when y'all used to get in them arguments and shit, y'all be motherfucker blah, 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 and y'all have a fucking half a book in like 2 seconds. How many of y'all ever heard some slick shit? Don't have me ask again. Slick shit. And you sitting there going, somebody was that directed at me? I know. It's happened at me a few times. But see me, I home right in and I'm gonna look at him and I wait for him to look back. I'm like, yeah, I see you, motherfucker. And that's when the motherfuckers be moving fast. Like, holy shit. You know what I'm saying? You've had that happen. See, it's just crazy, right? Hey, but yeah, you think what I'm saying? Like, it could be the simplest thing. He could be like, walking through the mall. You walk past a little pretzel spot. They got the little honey covered. They claim to be honey clustered nuts or whatever the fuck. Are you going to go and check out what the Foot Locker or something? And somebody walk by you and there's some slick shit. Or in the bank, you walking in, somebody walking out, and there's some slick shit. Excuse me, somebody you never seen in the neighborhood. Walking in old Walmart and you hear something and you're like, what the fuck was that? Who's that directed at? Yeah, Wadu, what's going on, Citinelli? And see, this is what I'm talking about. Motherfuckers are moving. And when I say they moving in darkness, understand, not all of them summon, fierce, what you call it, like, summon musicians, jinn for music. Darkness for music. Some of them summon to walk around to antagonize, to warn you, not for your benefit, that they're watching or they're coming. I mean, you'd be amazed at the reality of the world you live in and the fact that we used to control these things. But like the old engine always says, worry not until worry itself, right? Like pain that suffers from pain is not pain at all. Shit is up here. Leon, peace. What's going on, family? I know you Camden. What's good? It's up here. See, when we get tapping into this, then we can strengthen that mind up. Oh yeah, this is a mind in itself, y'all. Who remembers me saying this? And I'm always going to come back, and I've told y'all before, verbatim. How many of y'all have ever got stuck here, but something in here made you push through it? I remember one time, the first time I was on the 315. I was up here already worried about my shoulders, the weight. Got stuck. I remember closing my eyes, taking a deep breath, and I could feel like something else push that shit up. And then I said, fuck it. 2 more times, 315. 3 times the first time I hit it. I think I was like 20, 21, 170 pounds, 75 pounds, pushing 315. 3 times. On a ship. Yeah. Eating bananas and oranges and apples and salads like I was fucking retarded. And potatoes. Whoo! Boy, you talking about roughage in his gut? What? Fart be like, what? But it was something in here. It wasn't just here. It was the energy. It was something all over, I guess. I was able to tap into something, and I'm giving you a focal point. I know I'm saying here. That's what I guess we have the saying. We say the heart. You know, this motherfucker got the heart to make this. He could do this. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just talking about it's the total body initiative. Yeah. So always remember that. It's not just this. It's your whole being. It's your whole, there's a reason why all of these things are here. Not just to stuff our mouths and push buttons and shit. Are you a Mississippian or are you an Indian? I don't like neither one of the labels, brother. How about I'm kindred? But we are the original Indians, yes. Mississippi go all the way up and down. So it's the land. Are you of the land? Or are you for the land? See, this is what I'm talking about. We can be perplexed with our knowledge that be so little. Instead of stepping into the infinite. Some of us think we know a whole lot and we don't know shit. Be mindful. Right? Be very mindful. A lot of people think they're in a position of something, esquies of something, and they, real quick, can be shown for what they are. But it's never for pain or suffrage, harm, or anything. It's to correct the fallacies, the malice, the institutionalization of hypocrisy. And I hate these words, I really do. To know that these are not words, these are actual, this language, it's nothing but vibrations. That they made us believe are words by education system. When we talk, these are sounds. When people say to me, well, how does Cidanelli mean family? Well, who made you believe in the word family? What is the construct? What is the real meaning to the word family? As we were taught A, B, C, D up to Z, right? Remove those fallacies, right? And they become repugnant, don't they? Tasteless. Just like all these little words now, they're all sounds. So when I say Cidanelli, it's like I can sit there and say, well, a cat's a dog and a dog is a cat. Is it a sound, or are we used to it because we've been watching Tom and Jerry, you know, Scooby-Doo? I mean, how deep is the programming? How do we break it? I tell you, when you study different languages, you don't have to remember the languages, but you start becoming a linguist. You start having more understanding to what's going on here. And you start realizing that this right here, you notice how they wanted us to stop having bass. Hey, grand rises if you woke, just got up, or no, grand elevations. They wanted us to take the bass out of our voice. Well, I remember in the old Franciscan writings, the men's voices were very brawn and drawn and strong. But now you listen to some of these young cats walking around, I guess the soy and all the chemical got them talking like, hey, Tommy, you want to go and play this? And they still be killers. I mean, like, what the fuck? But they don't really be the fierce of the, you know, I guess the alpha or whatever, fuck, you know, all that goofy shit. You know what I'm saying? But I grew up, all the men sound like men. All of them. And every once in a while, you had that one motherfucker come along, you know, sound like Little Richie, like he was forcing himself to be something that he wasn't supposed to be. Well, Little Richie, before he died, got saved and he realized all that gay shit he did was wrong. No, he had enjoyed himself. He had all the limelight. Nah, it caught up to his ass. You see what I'm saying? Just because some people are silent, or they silent them before they can say something. Get your shit right now, because I know some of y'all on here now. Y'all down low and all that shit. Then you can sit there and play all you want. See, that's the beautiful thing about where I grew up at. I can reach out and find out about any fucking body I want. Most people say, oh yeah, you know, he was a drug dealer, and da 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 da, military, blah. Don't worry about none of that shit. It's how I move. It's the way I like to go, and I've always built a camaraderie with people because I wouldn't pull no punches when I speak my truth. You think I'm gonna go from 1970s to 80s punching teachers and smacking teachers upside the head and knocking them to the ground and punching principals in the mouths, telling me to shut up about being an Indian? Knowing my family, my heritage, my great uncles and my great fucking going way back. Like I'm supposed to disrespect my fucking family for these lies, this sacrilege, this bullshit. Man, I love fighting them motherfuckers. They want me to all of a sudden become a lie, walk around like a lie. I mean, at the time, principal, Montclair High School, principal was standing beside his desk, and my grandma just stepped out talking to somebody in the hallway, and she had to run back in there, and I swung off and hit this motherfucker in the jaw. He went back like, holy shit, and I was boxing too. And I squared up. I was like, motherfucker, you just want me to deny? No, yeah, grandma, mama, Tina, they will always like, be quiet, don't say nothing. Pops was always telling me, don't shake no tree. No, fuck that. Now I got motherfuckers who don't know who we are, running around with their little fake identities. You got a whole bunch of pale skins. They weren't even none here. The ones that wore here, they listen to me. The ones that wore here, you will never have a problem from, because you damn near didn't know they existed, other than the fact that they probably was in your family. Our women could birth in both nations, but see, when it comes to the story of the pale wolf and the dark wolf, there's a pale side. There's a pale child on both sides. There's dark children on both sides. See, motherfuckers don't like the truth because they love the shit they've been given to. Isn't this what we're talking about? A falsitude of history, amalgamation of linguistics and languages that have nothing to do with anything other than the fact that we vibrate at a different frequency they're trying to always manipulate, to dumb us down from having a key point of understanding or understanding to be able to vibe appropriately on our sovereign soil as the sovereign beings and sentient beings we are. So when it comes to Mississippian, I just gave you a key word, Mississippian or Indian, I'm sentient. And we must know these things. We can always look up the word sentient. Okay? I know it's debatable who created the meaning, what does it mean? Sentient. All right? Well, let's go to being, and then we'll go to definition. No, let's go to definition, then we'll go to being, okay? Sentient definition. This is based on the Oxford language. That should tell you something right there, because the Zionists controlled England for how long? Anyway, besides here, able to perceive or feel things. She had been instructed from birth in the equality of all sentient life forms. But you want to call yourself human. We can get into human later. Now, let's go back to being. This is out of the Merriam-Webster. A sentient being is one who perceives and responds to sensations of whatever kind: sight, hearing, touch, taste, or smell. So what does that make me? An Indian or a Mississippian? Those are limited to places or a false understanding of somebody's label, a perceived perception personified by an education institution that's based on lies to constrict, to give narrow thoughts to broach upon. So I say, I'm here to teach, but I'm also a student. Okay? Let's be wiser than the next. So none of my platforms, people. I'm well-rounded. I've traveled the world too many times, and not always just in one place to sit there and fight with somebody. No, I've traveled. I've asked the hard questions. I made it my studies to be enlightened, to understand something better than me, to become who I'm supposed to be, not what somebody believes I should be. The minimalization is far from what it should be. Little Richard was buried and died in Huntsville at the Black College, Oakland University. The first time he's doing rock and roll music, he went to this for ministry. Yes, George Richard, yes. And thank you for that information. I was unaware he was buried at, the Black College. Oh, you know what? And that's sad they say black. It's like a dead institution of knowledge. That's sad. But yeah, I appreciate that. I truly. Randall. But oh no, I know there's a question, brother. I know that. No, I just popped up. But I have to go in because some people, you'd be surprised, don't ask the questions. So we have to further preclude. And this is for everybody. This is not, I don't single out nobody. Not unless I have to. There's no need for that. That doesn't get nothing done. So it doesn't solve anything. It makes things worse, I believe. I was supposed to go shooting this morning and blow up some 2-pound tannerite. I really don't feel like it. It's not because of the little 3 glasses of wine I had last night. Actually, let me show y'all something. I took it downstairs. Because I like to keep my... Yeah, I took it downstairs. I like keeping my ammo. I got a lot of ammo. I got to break down this ammo and put it up. Anyway, I was going to show you the wine that I like to drink. It's organic. Yeah. Yeah, my son sent me these. I got to roll up a couple of fatties, you know what I'm saying? Medicinal, you know what I'm saying? I love these, man. These smells one right here. No, not no perverted nicotine they spray chemicals on. Even though I know you like, and a friend of mine sent me some from Carolina. He sent me some of the tobacco leaf, like the long, that's without all that shit. Natural, I think it says natural. For those in Carolinas or Georgia, y'all know what I'm talking about. The big, you can just tear it, but you got to use because it'll dry. It'll get dry kind of quick. You got to put it back into the thing and ziplock it and keep it refrigerated or whatever. So I got one of those downstairs. I rolled me a nice little fatty. It's right there. I just take a little puff every once in a while. I don't know how people sit there and smoke a whole blunt to the head. I think that's medicinally. It's like when I used to drink tobacco coffee, right? Because ToLU'S ROOTS-N-TINGS, Chief Darian Two Bears Ross, he passed away recently. Good friend of mine. He used to send me some best natural tobacco, and I would take it and take a spoonful of tobacco, and I would put it into about 6 ounces of water and let it get dark and drink that. Very good. That's one medicinal way of doing it. You got to remember, the tobacco, they add nicotine too. It doesn't need it. It has a natural occurring for, like when I used to do ayahuasca, and the tobacco that they used, they grew right there. It was never sprayed with anything. And man, it was amazing. I'm afraid to do the damn toad. I ain't gonna lie. Not until I find out, Desert Storm, anthrax shot. A lot of us are gone. I'm dealing with certain things, and it's fine. That's why we say, if all the years I've been saving animals and giving out energy, sometimes it's good to receive a little energy. But I don't want nobody who's weak and unable. And sending energy is nothing complicated. It's through our mother. It's with a name. And it really helps. There's no and ifs or buts about it. We like I said, we have been conditioned to not even be able to step into the field of daffodils of truth. we've had all these structures of concrete, rebar, and walls and everything blocking us from the light of one another. So it makes this dark place that's so ominous and not all inclusive, and it divides, it separates, it's so destructive. And it's because we're closed to one another. We're closed off. In reality, we're not. But we've been conditioned to not even know it. We're at war. But the problem is we're fighting the wrong war. They have been making war against our people since they came here, to deceive and to lie and to steal and to harm, to murder, to abduct. And so much more. When will our people see it and make their way through it? I don't know. I know it's going to happen. I know in my ignorance, I would like to see it happen right now. I like listening, even though it's crazy as fuck, old Ike, Glenn Beck. Well, there's a lot of brothers out there too I like listening to. Some have passed away. Some you would think are speaking very confusing, rhythmic sounds, but they're actually telling secrets if you can get past the chatter. Dick Gregory was well known. He was part of the boule. He was part of the keep shit hidden from you. He got to live, do things. But then he learned how to be able to communicate and say things if you only know how to listen and watch. Then you can cut through and you can see the secrets he was divulging. I remember when I first saw that book, America the Great Experiment. I was like, what the fuck? What kind of sick shit is this? America the fucking experiment? What, the Great Experiment? What the fuck? The problem is, when you have an auntie who's one of the heads of board of education, you sit there wondering, wait a minute. Married to NFL great Lawrence Wright. Grandpa smoking Charlie, right? John Amos and all this, that, and you start, Anybody can be involved in the delusion. The sad part is, they don't know what's at the end of that ride. But piety here, not cool. As they always say, make sure that you hit that subscribe, hit the bell notification, and throw a like, man, and get around. And share it. There's other people, they might have their opinions, and I'd love to see them post their opinions or whatever. I'm going to respond the way I need to, because, see, I'm not effeminate and feminized, so men, let them know. Be prepared if you ask a question, he's going to respond the way, not what you want to hear, but what you need to hear. And that's a fact. It's what it's way it's supposed to be. Without emotions binding us to feeling some kind of fracture away. I remember having those conversations, man, and it was no big deal. But we go at it. It's no big deal. Brotherly love and sister and brother in love was still there, was strong. Now everybody's all, The internet's a potent place of deception. It is, these platforms. That's why I'd rather have people at the circle of life, the fire, and walk and know that They need to learn how to communicate and hold together, because they've been broken and fractured to pixels, to 1G, 2G, 3G, 4G, and 5 little niggas running in the sun. They've been pixelated, been broke the fuck down. And so, and I never wanted to do this shit. I remember I was going to try and do it. I built models, you know, and I got a lot of recording, working, you know, plasticine and all that. I was like, I don't want to do that shit. Excuse me. Then I was upset and I was angry, so I said, you know, make a couple of videos. I tried. Then I said, you know what, I'm gonna represent two-way, because I saw they wanted to infringe on our Second Amendment rights that we fucking created. You know, Pels can't create that shit. And I saw they started coming down kind of hard on everything. And I said, wow, here goes the censorship. Here they go. And I was like, you know what, I'm not with all this. I watched a few people that I know, and they had me come on, and I would talk. And when I saw that some were just about mitigating what their thoughts are and wanting to silence the mic and all that kind of goofy shit, I was like, nah, these cats, no. But then it took about 300 people to hit me up and say, you know, Brad, fuck that. You know, I know you don't like us to like on shit. You don't want us to subscribe. You don't, but you know, nigga, you need to go ahead and do that. Navajo girl said, yo, Red, you really should do it, because you opened my eyes to shit. And she went back to her family and started digging around photos, and she found ancestors who were like us. And she was like, something ain't ringing right. I was like, yeah, I remember that. Remember that place out there where it says Anasazi, the hotel, and they got shut down. It was corruption. I said, why y'all got that word up there pointing at y'all the enemy? He said, what do you mean? I said, Anasazi. Anasazi is our word for enemy. You're our enemy. The Hopi lady was laughing, going, oh, he knows. And I was like, yeah. It's not fucking, you said y'all led here by a coyote? Before then, that means you weren't always here. I had maps when there had no Navajo on it. So I had to go and find the maps where I had them put in a fucking tote. I said, this is a map from 17, and they're looking at it. I said, well, you see Navajo? You see Navajo on there? Yeah, don't let fucking, what you call Sound of Feather World War II movie, you know, bring any more disrespect to your people. Don't play that shit. Walking around here talking about people's zinni and this, that, and the other. You sound like you sound just like when you came here. Now, there might have been some, but they didn't look like you. The enemies, I've been out working around all the continents very hard to change the face. And it just comes back to looking like us regardless. I said, but to change our face so they forget the face of their father and disrespect the face of their mother that nurtures and carries. So that's the real shit needs to be discussed. So that's why I came back. I says, fuck it, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go all in. And I'm ready for all. I'm ready for all. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here. But no, I love y'all. I love them. I got some Navajo brothers, man, I fucking lay my life down real quick for. I mean, quick. And them vice versa, because I've already watched. There like a couple of Mexican homies that night. I had to crack that Detroit Peckerwood, one act all tough like he was Eminem. My little homies ran over and grabbed my knife from both my knives. I had a knife in both pockets, right? Grabbed both of them, man. I had to, me and the DJ had to grab him like, no. He says, Mama gut this bucket. Yeah, I'm a gut. I'm like, no, this is my family, mi hermano. I was like, oh my God. That's when I was like, I can't go to the bowl because I'm gonna get somebody over there dead. And I'm not, that's not what I'm here for. See, a lot of people think they know something. I'm telling you, we're family. And whatever you've been through ain't as hard as what you might go through. Trust me. You need to get your heads about your asses. Let your head be high in the sky as you want, man. That's fine. Find the deepest drink. In the Navy, we said drink, deepest ocean. You want to stick your head in like an ostrich so you can see all the wonders down there. Yeah, we haven't seen a tenth of it. Or keep your head level. You dig what I'm saying? Because this stuff is real. Oh, it popped up. Tribe, T-Tribes, Leon. What is the help? What I miss? What is it? Oh, I have to leave. Oh, okay, y'all talking about that. I hear you. But anyway, I love y'all, man. And Junebug. He works so he's a mechanic. Fuck that. He's like my son. It's in the bloodline. Junebug. He's over in Montclair, right? He may be in Newark. I don't know. House music, you know. But we support each other like. And his mama's Siksika. Real Blackfoot. You know, Denver. You know, real Blackfoot. Not the fake motherfuckers. Identity thieves. I have no problem with adopting them. We didn't adopt. Did you adopt any of them? No, I didn't. And any pale skin running around on some reservation, they are not our people. Because see, our people were lynched alongside us. Listen to me real clear now. And they would never sit there with a bunch of Italians or Scots or Irish or anybody playing us, Norwegians, who've been here since the motherfucking 1920s or 1870s, 1880s, playing us. That sacrilege shit, and that's why this fake government with their little fuck boys watching this right now, they ain't gonna say nothing. What they gonna say? First of all, they don't know what honesty is. They've all done dirt. Nothing honest about them. So when you keep looking to a system to make correct, no shit. Listen, the system ain't gonna correct shit for you. Oh, they done gave some crumbs. They gave the little nigga over there, LA, the beach, the resort, his land back. They burnt and sunk entire cities we built, motherfuckers. They blew up and burnt San Francisco City. That was our shit. $5 points? Our shit. They had to make a fucking movie to make it like they were pouring piss and poop out the fucking windows. Cholera and everything else happened because they couldn't maintain the cisterns. The flood. Listen, in our great forests, they deforested the motherfuckers. Stole them. Chief Cuffy. Come on, ODB. But they were city and towns. All the wigwams, longhouses, that was ceremonial. Anybody say otherwise, man, you tell them come talk to me. I got some boxes. Little lime, ginger, and cucumber. Good shit. If I ever perish, you'd know. And trust me, it was man-made. Oh, God. Man. Refreshing. Shit. And the smell of rosemary plants. Most beautiful, and lavender plants. Most beautiful thing you can have are aromatic. I just want my people to know that my brothers and sisters, the most important thing we could do is seek change in ourselves. When you change, everything else changes. The way people look at you, the way people visit or see you, the way people listen to you. When you change, everything changes. Yet the town on the Lake Lanier, you just popped up. Petrified natural forest. Yo, on top of the mezzanines, there's petrified trees big as fucking houses. That shows you a calamity happened of massive proportions, which the moon. Did anybody get what I said about if you look at the moon? For you people that got the time to do it. Look at the continents here, right? Lay them out on the map, flat. Look at the moon. Do the reverse, spin it around so you can get a picture, and you'll see that the so-called face of the moon is the exact same continents down here. I ain't seeing somebody living on the fucking moon. It ain't no 93 point some millions of miles. You'll see it's almost like it was peppered from the explosion. With perfect seismic shit. Nobody ever looked at that. I used to look at it. I used to moon gaze like a motherfucker. I used to be like, wait a minute, that looked like South America? Was that Africa? Something ain't right. Then you get a nice little picture, and you put the continents in the picture next to it, and you start looking at shit. You start going, you look at the map, and you start looking at shit upside down. You flip it, you take it on, you draw it on tissue paper. You take the tissue paper, you do it backwards, and then you go, holy fuck! That's what I think. I'm just saying, give it a try. Tell me what you find. Just tell me I'm wrong. I'll be happy. I'll be fine. In our stories, when she blew up, the big gates of water and all that shit, we fucked all that up there. When I say she blew, I mean she fucking blew. Cities, mad, majestic, and everything. Just boom! And they all covered. The enemy knows. They marvel at the shit that we've done. And then the stuff that we resettled and rebuilt afterwards. Not what we've done before. We attempted. And that's why the pyramids of Giza are the youngest on earth. But what they make you believe, that's why I say everything is backwards. They made you believe they're the oldest pyramids, right? They're the youngest on earth. And most people know that now. But you're still going to have that Hawassi, whatever the fuck that goofy fuck is over there, running around. Egypt. Shut the fuck up, you Goomba. You know? I have no respect for people like that. Who in that Masonic, who's all caught up in that bullshit. There's no secrets. We've just been dumbed down to a point of servitude to a lie. Anyway, again, hit that subscribe, that like, and share this shit, y'all. I appreciate you. You dig? Let's get more people involved. And stop listening to those people. All they do is have conflict all the time. Y'all subscribed to them. You thought they weren't teaching you shit that I had already. Me and a few other people, the pioneers, going around to Korea, Japan, arguing with motherfuckers, sometimes fist fighting overseas, motherfucker. Be like, you ain't the real people of this land. You goddamn right. Yeah. Pale motherfucker, you looking at me like I'm fucking issue. Motherfucker, you ain't been here for about fucking handful. You conquered this land from the dark people of this continent. Well, I'm back here, and I'm back on the soil that my people used to visit to make sure they was all right before you motherfuckers came. Now you look like the fucking enemy. But them old lame, boy, them Japanese used to get like. I said, you knew what some of my people did when they came over this motherfucker. You know how we get down. That was me back in the fucking 80s. I was stupid. But I wasn't far from the fucking truth. You know what I'm saying? Some real shit I'm talking, man. The Chinese too. If I'd have went over to Hong Kong, yeah, but I mean, I got love over in Hong Kong. Shit. The Pyramid of Giza, they don't even look as old as the ones them. Exactly. I think the oldest one in America is in Ohio. They built a dam over it. I think that they bring it down overseas every 6 years. They bring the little kids, the elite, to take pictures of it. Yeah. Yeah. North America. You know, I know that I don't believe the earth is round, so I don't get into that up and down shit, but you know, that's what they say. You know. More conditioning. We've got to be further from the truth in order to stay stuck in a lie. You know what I'm saying? But we're at the hour 19. I'm gonna start breaking them down to about 30 where I can do them increments. But I like to be able to come on and be organic. Don't they have a problem with organic? They don't even want to serve us organic food, and yet this is the control shit. You know what I'm saying? Got to come out them suburbs and them cities, people. Some of y'all in Texas, man, I want to come down, man. I want y'all to make sure y'all hook me up. Y'all got my Gmail, right? You got my Gmail account. I'll make sure it's on my page. Let me know. I'm probably going to Charlie Henderson so I can stay with him. There's a couple other brothers who I rap with. I was on, what's his name? I think he's on here now. Come and just say, hang out for a week. You know, bring some rifles, go shooting, eat some food. I'm a vegan. Well, when I'm out, I eat vegan. I don't eat no meat. If I ain't kill it, I ain't eating it. If I ain't catch it, fish really. You know what I'm saying? If I can't get no trap, you know, some good fish, you know, they can have their hot dogs and shit and pigs. Pigs make a better pet than a dog sometimes. I'm from the Wolf Clan. I'm just speaking of fact. They're the funniest cutest little buggers in the world. I just can't eat the motherfuckers, you know. Shit, I can't eat none of this shit. But yeah, so Texas, want to hit that up. I know there's a bunch of people said they'd meet me over that way. I'm about a good 8 hours from it, depending on where I'm going over there. Waiting for Jamil when he retires and heads there. Build, go and help him out. Arkansas, I don't have no problem going over there for a little bit. It's gonna be a whole lot of traveling going on, a lot of meetups, and we got to get places where we can set up these bonfires and we can walk these circles for hours or whatever, and just be able to mitigate between each other and have the conversations that are based on decency and not repugnant inaptitudes. Because our people have a way of being very repugnant when inaptitudes that are just so inconsistent. You know what I'm saying? So sitting inside of a tree. I don't really know. I'm not sure about that, brother. Natchez was a city, but inside a tree, I don't know. I'm gonna have to look into that. That's pretty good. That's what I love. I love that. So I'll look into that. I will definitely look into that. Mr. A.K. Smokey James Carter, 1987, bro, and 88. I don't know. Suzanne Thompson. I don't know. Did you know Mr. Happy Smoke, A.K. Smokey James Carter? James Carter. Hold on. I know Vincent Carter, Marine, Japan. I have a little something. You know, as veterans, we have a way of doing some things sometimes. You dig? And some people see me do this. So be careful. Be careful. I mean, first answer was no, but I know some people. I just wanted to see what you was talking about. Millions of people. And you know, my first response would have been something like, how would I know that? When I never alluded to it. But then I started pulling up things and I started talking about music and Cheap Trick and all this other stuff. So no, Suzanne. Yeah. Yeah, no, Vincent Carter. So, like I said, Marine. But it's a beautiful thing, though. I met wonderful people over there. And you know what was funny? You hear a lot of stories on the news and Vice and stuff like that, right? That's why I say throw the idiot box down. I met some of the coolest motherfuckers in Japan in my life. Like Hong Kong, the coolest. So when I see what this government has done, I know this government's no fucking good. And here people still sitting there because of January 6th. That was a FBI CIA operation. to make you afraid to attack. Y'all better start fucking. They're welcome to come with their stupid ass selves. I'm beyond the levels of comprehension of fuckery. Yeah, Okinawa missile was pretty cool, man. And you had the naval, what you call it. So I love Japan. Okinawa, come on, man. Come on. And then you know what? I brought breakdancing there. So I was Twin City breakdancer. Boom. 1986. World Cruise. Boom. Up there, up rocking windmills. 1990s all over the place. My bunkmate in Great Mistakes was Spider D. So, you know, we chose each other because we knew each other. It was like, yo, nigga, yeah, all right, bunkmates. So, yeah. Yeah. Fucking hellified history. Hellified history. Took it to Scotland, France. We was, man, them brothers was getting down with us real quick when we started doing the breakdance. They didn't know how to do shit, but they was like trying everything. They could flip and all that, you know. Some of me said, look, my ancestors came from America. Okay. It don't mean nothing to me. We're all family. What are you doing? That's why I said my best buddies on my first world cruise was from South Africa, and another one's from Morocco, a couple from India, Asia. You know, they're my best buddies. I told you about my boy. He was 6 foot. He was like, how the fuck is he? I know he's banging his head on them damn knee knockers, you know. He always had the best damn cheese, biscuits, crackers, you know, and tea. It doesn't matter. This motherfucker will find me. We be down there blackjacking back in the hole, you know, with the MSs and shit. You know, people get the extra steaks and all that, and burgers, and, you know, power lifters and shit getting big. And he come down, yo, Red, pay us brunch. And the motherfucker had a hot cup, had my tea bag, and he'd be like, napkin, right? Best damn cheese. This is not the cheese on the boat. Where's this motherfucker getting this in Moroccan? So I became an ambassador to Morocco. That's why I laugh at all the guys talking that Moorish stuff here. I ain't never been nowhere. I'm like, stop. We have minarets here. We respected all nationalities and nations. And it was Mohammedan movement. It had nothing to do with Islam. That's a creation by the Vatican. If you have a hard time dealing with that because you've been caught up in the Farrakhan and all the motherfuckers, that's not my problem. I won't knock your religion if you're living it 100%. But if you're walking on a borderline thinking you can straddle the fence, I'll knock you in the dirt. That's what I'm here for. It's not about disrespect, because when you disrespect yourself, you disrespect all around you. You disrespect the community. And that's life itself. For some divisive measure created by Zionists, I can't allow that. It's not permissible here. With that being said, this has been a great conversation. I love y'all. But anything, it went out. Why does it do that? Why did it, oh. But anyway, hopefully one day we can all visit, regardless of what has transpired, and we can someday shut down all the hate. Because it's a malignant tumor created by those we supposedly voted in the position not to do what they're doing. Y'all have a grand day. I love you all. Like, subscribe, and share this shit. Let your kids listen too. Let them learn a little something. And then you can, when they start asking questions, start digging it up. Don't be lazy. And you learn a lot more than what I know. Chupa.